All
Yeah.
right, so everyone, company mode already? Yep, go.
Yep.
Cherish the
Cherish the
spirit,
Cherish the
spirit,
spirit,
create
create
the
the
create the
vision,
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 follow
follow
the
the
follow the
faith,
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 serving
serve in
serving
humility.
humility.
Serving
humility.
humility.
Okay?
Aja,
Aja,
Aja.
Aja,
Aja.
Aja.
aja,
Yeah,
aja.
awesome. All right, so hello everyone. My name is Israel Kim, Sherman's Master from San Diego Global Center. And I've known Mike for about a half a year now. And I can already see him having grown so much. He was a diamond master when I was speaking with him, and now he's a sharing. And I have no reservation to think that he's going to be a star master very soon and wearing the Leaders Club badge very soon as well. And we're all going to do that together, right? So I'm very excited to kind of see each other's journey. So please allow me to share the screen. Okay, well, let's get started. Thanks for your patience, everyone. So my name is Israel Kim again, Sherman Master from San Diego Global Center. Call myself ATOMY's Forever Opa. So I'm getting it out there before anyone else takes it. Okay, so a little bit about me. So I'm currently working at Raytheon Technologies as a subcontract manager. So it's very much a supply chain. And I'm also serving in the United States Air Force as a captain. And I'm a center lead in San Diego, San Diego Global Center. And I also have a nail salon as a half business partner. And a lot of people ask me, how do you do everything? And I say, because I suck at everything. No. So I just have to make sure that I'm prioritizing it correctly and really depend on your partners and also other people that you work with. You empower them and then you get the system running, then it will work for you. And that's the whole point of ATOMY, right? We build a system with the partners and our sponsors, and then we grow the business together. One thing that I can say though, and I'm not saying it just because it's ATOMY meeting, my biggest passion is ATOMY out of everything here. Of course, serving the country is probably at the top as well, but that's where I am. So let's talk about a little bit ATOMY, and during this speech, my ATOMY, my future, I'm going to explain a little bit about marketing plan. I'm not going to go into too depth of it, but then I'm going to share a little bit of marketing planning and about the company a bit, and then I'm going to share how I became Sharon Master. So ATOMY is a company that distributes just daily necessary products, something that you use every day. So and people ask me, then why does ATOMY use the network marketing platform? Then I can say if it didn't, then we're not going to get paid. So that is why ATOMY chose network marketing structure or MLM, and so that we can get paid. So it's a good thing, right? All right, so this chat is keep blocking my way. Here we go. All right, so it is a very righteous marketing plan, and that's what I can say. A lot of businesses, especially even online businesses, it requires a lot of capital and it takes investment from you. But what about ATOMY? It does not cost anything, and people always wonder, are you sure it's free? It is free, and if there's no barrier to entry, our partners and consumers, even from developing countries, can also join this company. So even if someone's from Mexico or Cambodia, one of these developing countries, they can have equal opportunity to succeed. And that is a beautiful thing. Because if there were entry to cost to enter the system, then it already eliminates a lot of people from the opportunity to succeed with this company. But because there's no fee, there's no barrier, that's why they can still become successful. And that's why it's good for all of us and for the whole company. And one thing that really excites me is unlimited level. And it is really hard to comprehend unlimited level when you first start with this company because you only have maybe yourself and a couple of people under you. But once you start growing this business and seeing the unlimited level in reality, then it really becomes even more realistic and scary. Not scary, very crazy, because you just have people being added to you as under you as a member without you knowing them. And while you're sleeping, and guess what they do overnight? They also shop, especially in Asia, for me in the United States. So that's the power of now global marketing, right? Not only is unlimited, but it's also global. And that is a huge advantage that we have over other network marketing companies. I have not seen the many network marketing companies that um, have global exposure, right? But our company does. ATOMY products have point value. So if someone doesn't want to do the business, that's perfectly okay. Don't try to get them to join as business people all the time, right? Yeah, we want them to join and then duplicate us and grow the team too. But it is perfectly okay if they're just wanting to shop. Why? Because they get points as well. And once they start earning points, then you can start conversation saying, hey, you earned so many points, you have so many people under you. You just need to register a member on your right and then start making purchase to the person on the right side so that you can get commission. Why not, right? So $60 in the United States is not small amount of money, but what about in Mexico and or Cambodia or Philippines? It's $60 a month is not bad. Just the fact that because you're shopping with ATOMY instead of somewhere else. And point value. So point value is called also PV, and we have personal PV and left group and right group, right? So look down on your feed. My friend Martin Han, he's a Sharon Wells master. He first said, look at the bottom of your feed. You have left and right. So that's what we have, and we have ourselves. But once you have enough points to yourself, do you have to keep buying stuff to yourself? No, right? You become an agent all the way to exclusive dealer, which is 2.4 million. And from there, you can become an imperial master. You don't ever have to make any, although once a year, yes, you have to put points in there. But once you reach 2.4 million, then you're good. And do our points expire? It does not, right? So that means that we don't have to keep buying unnecessary products to ourselves, which is again great. No auto-ship, and we don't have to do that. And it starts all the way from you being an agent, all the way to exclusive dealer, and then 300,000, 300,000, 300,000. You all know it's around plus or minus $60 in USD, all the way up to $1,200 in general commission. But guess what? ATOMY's Russia's plan is amazing because it is geared towards people at the bottom instead of focusing more at the top. So how do I explain that? And yeah, this is a little bit more in detail, but since you're all smart, let me give it a stab, okay? So if someone earns 300,000 and matches is $60. So if the top, which is income ceiling, is 50 million. So from 300,000 PVs to 50 million, it is a multiple of 166 times. So if someone earned $60 plus or minus when they had 300,000, 300,000, when they reach 50 million, 50 million, to make it fair, it has to be a multiple of 166 times from $60, correct? But it does not work like that. It works as $60 per person, 300,000, 300,000. But someone that grew the team 166 times make just 20 more times. So where does all the money go? It goes to people at the bottom. So you really have to really understand that. And that's how you explain to your partners. Then guess what? Everyone gets equal opportunities to succeed in this business. So to make it easy, the people at the top takes all the money from other network marketing companies. However, ATOMY, we have what's called income ceiling, and that allows everyone to have equal opportunity to succeed in this business. And the way the compensation plan is broken apart, the reason why 30% of the revenue came about is in Korea, network marketing industry, the company cannot pay more than 35%. So ATOMY is paying very, very close to 35%, which is almost maximum they can legally pay. Then you can say, why don't they pay 40%? Well, if the law says 40%, then a new marketing company can come out and say, hey, we're paying 40%, so you can all come here. And when they all go over there, then the company cannot sustain and it's gonna go out of business. So the people at the top will take all your money and with the enticement of 40%, and then they're gonna just shut the door and then open up another network business, right? So that used to happen a lot in Korea. That is why people are so burnt with the network marketing companies in Korea. And a lot of people looked down on ATOMY when it first started. But because our CEO Hangil Park continued to do it the right way, righteously, and really ethically, that's why our company is, is going to be $2 billion company, right? After this year, which is amazing. So general commission is at the highest percentage. And the reason is, if we focus too much money on mastership bonus, only the people that are very good at doing this business will make all the money. But general commission being the highest percentage of our compensation allows even the consumers to get cash back, which is decent amount, $60 plus or minus. Then that can also entice them to the business. And even the lady next door that's not very good at doing presentation and things like that, they can work to make good money, residual income, just by creating consumers. Okay. So mastership bonus is the same way. The sales master take the half of the total mastership bonus. So that also tells you that CEO Hangyo Park really is trying to focus on the partners that are just starting out with this business. Okay, so it is truly top-down compensation plan, which is I really love. And guess what? In the United States, I'm not sure about other countries, but now even if you don't get full 2.5 million PVs each side, even if it's I believe it's half of them. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Please do your research on that. But even if you get much less than 2.5, 2.5, you can still qualify for half of the mastership bonus. So that is a huge incentive that's coming out, and you should definitely look into that. Okay. So it's easier for people to start challenging. Okay. All right, so now mastership promotion. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but sales master, you can do it with just consumers in volume, PV volumes, right? However, starting from diamond master, you have to work with the team, and you have to have leaders that grow with you all the way to the top. Okay, I mean sorry. So, like nature of life. Okay. So mastership bonus all the way to imperial master, and then yeah, you have the leaders that you go up with, and it is very, very exciting news for us. Okay. All right. So promotion gift, starting from 3 sets. You've all probably seen it: Hemuhim and Fame and Evening Care set, all the way up to Imperial Master, where you get cash bonus, $1 million, and you get driver, chauffeur, and then you have your secretary, and you're getting your office, nice long, vacation. And I always tell people that instead of making my assistant make coffee for me, I'm gonna make her or him the coffee myself. Okay, that's called servant leadership, right, in ATOMY. So I want you to all have that mindset when you become an Imperial Master. Yeah, don't try to boss people around. Okay, I know they're gonna give you a assistant, but you go make your own coffee, please. All right. So what really drew me into doing ATOMY? Like, yeah, we saw that I have so many things going on in my life, and what really drew me into it. And a lot of people say, oh, I can't talk to this person because he's a vice president of this big company. He will not get interested in this business. But what about this person? Oh, yeah, I can't introduce ATOMY to this person because I don't think he's going to do it or she's going to do it. She has a business already. She has a retail store. I have a nail salon, right? So why am I doing ATOMY, right? And even before that, I had a corporate job. You know, people say if you make 6-figure and above in America, then you're successful. So why somewhat successful person is into ATOMY? And let's find out, right? So we're going to go through what's called a fourth industrial revolution. Is everyone excited about it or kind of concerned? It's exciting, but at the same time a little concerning, especially if you have kids. Why? Robots are going to replace most of the job, right? And I don't know if you saw this chart from one of the vision speeches that CEO Hangyo Park did. Seoul National University, which is one of the most elite universities in Korea, projects that by 2090, very, very small fraction of people will manage the majority of the wealth. And it is already happening even in America. Middle class is breaking down. And what about all around the world? Middle class is breaking down. Why? Do you think the wealthy people, we human beings, even in the Bible, we are greedy in nature and selfish? Do you think those wealthy people want to share wealth with you? No. They will take more and more if they can. So naturally, mega corporations like Amazon, mega corporations like Costco, they're going to try to wipe out all the small businesses so that they can take even more money. I know you're all saying, if I had money, I will share. No, I don't trust you. So But so we do have to be concerned. Okay. Today's society, what's happening? Aging, job problems, lifestyle change, low economical growth, and lastly, unforeseen events such as pandemic. So now we have fourth industrial revolution, and on top of that, uncertain world. And before COVID and after COVID, everything has changed in what grew? Online business, right? If you had Amazon stocks, which I should have bought more, it went up like crazy. Why do you think that? Because it's an online platform, right? So normal citizens versus wealthy. In America, I would say about $5,000 a month, maybe even less for the whole household, okay? That's the average monthly income. And that's called active income because if they stop going to work, guess what? They're not going to get the paycheck, right? And they're, all their goal, most of the people in America, their goal is to retire by the age of either 55 or 65, depending on what type of profession you're in. And when I went to a job interview, one of the most significant concern that I had was the fact that the guy that interviewed me, he was over 60 years old. Okay, I'm not saying 60 is old or anything, but he was running around like a chicken with a head cut off. He couldn't even interview me for 15 minutes. He had to go back to work. Okay. So I said, when I'm in his age, I don't want to be running around like that. I want to be letting the system work for me, not me working for the system until I'm 60 years old. And I really, that's when I really also realized the beauty of ATOMY. So what happens to wealthy people? Remember, I talked in the beginning that wealthy people will become wealthier. Do you think they're any different than us? Yeah, I mean, some people go born with the gold spoon. Yeah, I understand. But there are other people that become successful, like Jack Ma, Alibaba, and also Robert Kiyosaki and some other people, right? They start from nothing and then they become really wealthy. And it's because they understand the system and they understand the earning assets, right? If you have a stock, if you invest in stock, if someone invested in Bitcoin or anything, right? You believe in the system that Bitcoin has and you grew. And what you weren't working for Bitcoin or the stocks were working for you. So that's kind of like earning. What about your real estate? So if you become a real estate owner, and the people pay rent, and then the rent is more than your mortgage, then that's called asset. So then these rich people, then that's how they grow their wealth. And as they get older and older, they make more money than they did before because they're working with the larger capital. However, not everyone has large capital like many people do. Then guess what? Robert Kiyosaki and Jim Run, one of the most biggest investors, they said, try network marketing, basically. Okay, because it costs a lot less money. And another reason that I chose ATOMY, what is different? The reason why I kind of chose this route is because system generating income. So in Africa, most of the women, majority of the women, they walk in average of 3 miles per day to get water. What happens when they don't walk 3 miles? They don't have water for the day. And doesn't that kind of look like our lives right now? Right? You go to work every day. If you don't, then you don't have money to pay your bills. That's why you and your partners and your sponsors build a pipeline together. So when you build a pipeline to the neighborhood, does it just feed you or the whole neighborhood? The pipeline will feed your whole neighborhood with water. That's building the team together, system together, right? So now, why ATOMY, right? So that's the concept of kind of like network marketing. Some network marketings are somewhat similar to ATOMY, but why ATOMY? 10 years ago, you now have to look at the past and you have to look at the future and present. 10 years ago, ATOMY was just nothing. Out of nowhere, no legitimate office, but not what about today? Huge, $2 billion global company. 10 years ago, ATOMY's warehouse was the mini cargo van CEO Hangyo Park was driving. Today, we have third-party logistics vendors, UPS, all over the world. They have a contract with third-party vendor that take charge of our deliveries. 10 years ago, just 17 members, now over 15 million global members. And the best CEO is so important. Why? If CEO is greedy, then I'll be leaving the company right away. However, if CEO is a true visionary, humble, genuine, and really want to make the company last longer, not just quick gain and get rich quick, but really thinking about the long term, which he is. That's why he has been nominated as a #1 top 100 CEO, and as well as the company has been nominated as a top 100 company to work for in Asia. And it is very incredible. And there are many startups in Silicon Valley. You've all heard of this tech city called Silicon Valley, where many companies with few investors, they start and then they become like a Facebook. But even the Facebook or most of successful companies, they don't continuously grow for 11 years straight. They go up, go down, up, down. But what about ATOMY? We have never went down in revenue yet. And I think that we're projecting 2.2 billion USD at the end of 2021. Maybe a little less, I'm not sure. But I think we have a very good chance of becoming a $2 billion company, which is incredible. And we continue launching more countries and more products. So every time we launch one product, it brings in more revenues. Every time we open in a new country, it brings in more revenues to the company. And I have no reservation that we're going to reach $10 billion soon and to 20 billion in the couple of decades. And financial health is so important because if our company was owing a lot of money to the bank or suppliers, then it's not good financial health. But ATOMY does not operate with any debt. We pay everything cash, and we do one-week cash payment to our suppliers. So what happens when you pay cash to our suppliers? That means they don't have to borrow money from their suppliers, or they don't have to borrow money. I meant to say they don't have to borrow money from the bank. What happens when you borrow money from the bank? Do they give you money for free? No, right? They charge you interest rate, very high. So if the supplier does not have to borrow money from the bank to make products for you, if we pay cash, they're going to give us even better price. That's why ATOMY can do absolute quality and absolute price. We have an amazing partnership. We have what's called Walmart, which is a US-based company that has been around over 100 years. And also, we have partnership with KERI, Korean Atomic Energy Research Institute, which is backed by the Korean government. So those two combined, along with the GSGS, which I will explain later, provide really amazing products for us. So ATOMY is all about profit sharing, right? So Amazon, Costco, Walmart, like I said, they want to continue to be even more rich. But ATOMY, yeah, we are getting richer too, but we are also getting rich. Not just the company, but the consumers as well. Absolute quality, absolute price is only possible because of CEO Hang Park's marketing strategy and the way we go about with our business. If you look at this chart, this should really surprise you, because in 2010, ATOMY spent 36% of our revenues buying products. You all know ATOMY does not make any product, right? CEO Hang Park's vision was not to make products. Why? Then if you start making toothbrush, you make toothpaste, you make shampoo, you make skincare, like a company called Amway, right? They make a lot of their products, right? So they cannot stay competitive. They have their own farm. They used to grow their, stuff, and it was really working well. Made in USA, which is cool, right? I support you, Made in USA, as an American, but you cannot stay competitive. However, when you get to be selective with a supplier that are best at making toothbrush, best at making skincare, best at making certain things, now you have a leverage to look at around the world, which is called global sourcing. Then you can pick the best of the best. Now, ATOMY is a big company and we pay cash. Use the same concept. Me as a supply chain manager, it makes total sense because we have a large purchasing power. We can negotiate, pay cash, and we help them set up. We even let them borrow money with a very, very low interest rate to none. So now we are in this partnership together, and we sign a long-term agreement, which we call LTA, and now we grow together, right? If you look at the toothpaste company in Korea, they started from very smaller to mid-sized company to pretty big companies. We're all about our company growth. So now back to this percentage here. Now ATOMY is spending 46%. If that doesn't blow your mind, I don't know what else will. Because most of the companies, they only spend maybe 30% of its revenue, when they're buying products. So does it tell you the products are good? Yeah, absolutely. You should be very confident when you're sharing about our products because our products are amazing. What about operating expense? ATOMY is becoming more efficient and effective every day. They spend about 15% in its operating expense. However, now it's about 11%. And so we're becoming more effective and efficient so that we can donate more and contribute more to our partner success. And our commission is 35%. And what about profit? Very low. ATOMY's concern, the least concern is profit. Every company has the profit, but ATOMY profits a little bit because we need to survive. However, it's thinking about long-term sustainability. And that's what I really like about this company. And global sourcing, global sales, which I explained, we get to have a competitive advantage when it comes to selecting the suppliers that are best of the best and making things. And culture of sharing. As a Christian company, it is really following the biblical principle of really sharing the wealth. And that's what CEO Hongyo Park does with his vision. His vision is to plant church, hospitals and schools around the world. And we sent, medical buses to Cambodia, and then we were doing a lot of things. We gave blankets to all the Indian population with the total revenue when he first launched. And it's 3-generation inheritance. Like I explained earlier, automation, robots are replacing our jobs. So yeah, my generation is still pretty, challenging, but I think the next generation will go through a lot. So now my job is to get them prepared and to the world. ATOMY is prepared for the future. And I really love the quote when he said, we won't compete against other network marketing companies, right? We have extended reality, which CEO Hongyo Park has been preparing from years ago. And ATOMY's personal platform, which we get to use it like our personal shopping mall. And we get to write blogs. I get to upload this picture, the interview that I did with Mike when we first met. So all those things are going to be there. So it's going to be like my own personal platform. And how much does it cost? Free. And ASMO it's in Korea right now. It's not launched in anywhere. And I'm really optimistic about how it's going to positively influence us. Because not only daily necessary products, it's going to have electronics, it's going to have groceries, it's going to have everything, okay? So ASMO is what really also excites me. You can buy Starbucks gift card, you can buy a car insurance, and everything comes with points. So there will not be any purchase you make going forward without points. And Korea also has, I think, Hana credit card. And every time they use credit card, they also get PVs. So yeah, I'm really excited, needless to say. Lastly, I want you to look at them, right? Look at them carefully. Do they look like superhuman? No, right? They look like just neighbors next door, older lady that can't speak English. They can only speak Korean. They don't know how to use computer apps or anything, okay? However, they're making more money than the guy with the master's degree and nail salon and all that stuff, right? Way more. And they work way less harder than me. CEO Hongyo Park said, it's harder to make $2,000 a month than making $100,000 a month. If you look at the people that are making $2,000, $3,000 a month, they work really hard. They try to get as much overtime as possible, right? I'm not saying that's bad. Okay, we all have to start somewhere. But CEO Hongyo Park is so true. You work so much harder than people that are making $100,000 a month, because those people, they use the system, right? System generating income. And what are we doing at ATOMY? We are building the system. So be patient, right? So do you want to have financial wealth? Do you want to have time freedom? And do you want to have good friends? Do you think that your friend will love you forever? Like if you have to always ask them to buy you food? Yeah, like few times I will buy food for certain individuals, but if they're not working hard, being lazy, heck no. I earn my money, I work hard. So when you can be the one that can say, hey, like I know you're going through some tough time. Let me help you out. I know your dad is in hospital. Let me help you out. Don't you want to be that person that can give? And that's what ATOMY is going to allow you to do. So now, please allow me to explain a little bit about my journey with ATOMY. And so yeah, like I said, I was trying to become a K-pop singer, and I, made it decently far. But guess what? Is K-pop industry very, very easy to make it? Especially nowadays, everyone's competing to become a K-pop singer, even if they're non-Korean, right? Blackpink, they have a girl from Thailand, right? She's so talented. So now it's even more competitive. So what about your life in general? Is it very easy? Is it easy to get a nice management position at a company? Is it easy to open up a business? Everything in this life is competitive. Okay. Oops. So what are we all doing? We're searching for the balance of life, and that's what I started doing. I realized I'm trading time for money, stressful work schedule, and aging parents, children, and many people are on the need that are in need. So I needed change. So I look at the quote from William James: "If you can't change your mind, you can't change your life." And here are some of my achievements, and here's the picture of Mike. But a lot of people ask me, "What is your biggest achievement?" And I say, and many people expect me to say, "Oh, when you became a share master." No, my biggest achievement is when my partner became an auto sales master. And now I have Christina here, who's auto sales master. And so more and more of your partners that become auto sales master, more and more you're becoming successful. So always focus on your partner's success, not yours. Because when your partners become successful, your success is automatic, right? If you have two auto sales master, two auto sales master on your left and right, guess what? You are auto diamond. And after that, you make them auto diamond, then you're auto Sharon. If you when you if and when you become auto Sharon, your life will change forever. You're making like over 10 grand a month residual income, right? So it's pretty cool. My life journey. So when I kind of started with ATOMY, when I decided to do ATOMY, I had to move to San Diego. So I had very, very, very few partners in Boston. But but I didn't give up. I had to move because of some family situation. However, when I went to a Korean restaurant, I looked everywhere as an opportunity to share ATOMY. I followed 8 steps to success, right? I went to this restaurant, I met this Vietnamese lady randomly, and she was looking for a network marketing company to join. Wow, right? You're like, who's always actively seeking for a network marketing company? She was. And as soon as she found out that this has no entry fee, she became even more excited. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about steps to success, what I did in my journey with ATOMY. Of course, you dream and make goals, right? That's life scenario. And when I really wrote it down, it started becoming true and even faster. Let me repeat, when you write it down, you're going to think, especially in the beginning, oh, I don't think I'm going to become an Imperial Master until 20, 30 years later. But as you're getting more motivated, and as soon as the unlimited binary global system is working for you, then the dream is coming faster. Okay. And make a list, then you might. So when pandemic happened, I got to Zoom right away when everyone was panicking. Oh, I cannot do this business because COVID-19. I said, what better time is there to do online business? Come on, people, wake up, right? Don't let that be an excuse. Don't let that stop you, because that's now you have more opportunity. So always turn risk into opportunity. And I did 8 core, and I followed through, followed up, and I learned that's how you show the plan, and that's how you follow up, right? If you're not learning, how are you expecting to? Let's say your partner brings you someone, an amazing prospect, and if they ask you a question, if you cannot answer, do you think that your partner is going to have faith in you to keep introducing you to more people? No, they will become discouraged, and the new prospect will go away, go to another person that's knowledgeable. So always learn and share. And there's a auto sales master school that's gonna start next year, and I think I may be one of those speakers as well. So please take advantage of that, and invite your partners as well. And don't take no as an answer. Okay, if even if someone says no to you, they're not saying no to you. Okay, they're saying no to ATOMY because they don't know ATOMY. So your job is to continue to follow up and just show them you're becoming successful, because law of attraction is where when you become successful, they will come to you. Okay, so don't quit, don't eliminate this person because they said no in the beginning. Okay, and consult and duplicate. So again, I'm gonna give one example of some of my partners, to include Christina, who's here. she is better than me. That's what I can definitely say. So then if you find a partner like that, what do? Do you let them run by themselves or do you support them even more? So you have to support them even more for them to grow. And that's how you work smart. You work with people, right? You don't just because uh, you found someone doesn't mean like you abandon them and do your own thing, right? You work together. And my sponsors always told me that I want you to pass me, right? So that's how your mentality should be. And company motto, always remember company motto. So company motto is a culture of our company, and it is DNA of our company. So if you're not cherishing the spirit, what does cherishing the spirit mean? You don't take people as as an advantage. You don't take them for granted. That's how you cherish the spirit and create the vision. Without direction, you're not going anywhere. Follow the faith. Even the walls seem so tall, mountains seem so tall, you don't give up. You have faith that you can overcome that. Okay, faith is something that you cannot see, right? If you can't see it, it's not faith. Okay, you cannot see it. You don't know if you can overcome that wall, but with working with your sponsor and partner, you can. And serving humility, even if you make leaders club and everything, if you start becoming cocky and arrogant, your partner's not gonna want to work with you. You stay humble and become like CEO Angel Park. And to your sponsors, listen and listen. And to your partners, serve, support, and sacrifice. That will baby philosophy is what will determine whether you make $60 a month to $100,000 a month. And you all know Jason Royal Master, right? And then that's Mr. Jin Kim, and then Mr. Henry Kim, and yeah, and Sonny. So yeah, we had an amazing time when I first became Sherman's Master, and they're truly humble leaders. I really enjoyed having dinner with them. So I'm gonna show you my goal, right? By April 10th, 2030, I'm gonna become an Imperial Master. So please give me a hand ahead of time. You can see I'm choking now because I'm getting excited. Excuse me. So final thoughts. Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So what do you want to think? And self-explanatory. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And lastly, enjoy the ride. Why don't you have fun while doing it? Don't get all stressed. Oh, this person said this partner won't join the meeting. Everyone gone through that. They even went worse. If you have not been splashed salt water in the middle of snow, like during winter time, like some of the Korean leaders had to go through, because they kept going to a restaurant and they had water already and then they pour it to them. Has anyone experienced that? Because if you did, you're gonna be really successful. Okay, but some people even went through that. So enjoy the ride. Don't think that you have it the worst, because others have gone even worse. So have fun. So when company ATOMY started 10 years ago, remember I said it started from nothing, and that's the office today, headquarters, and it's one of the really really fine design building, right? I really cannot wait until I visit the office. So I want you to have goal like CEO Hongya Park did. Write it down in the life scenario. Do a core every day, right? And dream big, because dreaming is free. You don't have to pay for it, right? So yeah. And again, yeah, my name is Israel Kim, Cheryl Master from San Diego Global Center. It was an honor and privilege to share my life journey with you. And as we approach 2022, I really pray that your dreams and goals will come true. You will stay healthy, and may the 2022 be a very meaningful and fruitful year for all of you. Thank you very much, and thank you. Now, I would love to, if it's okay, for Christina. I know she's really busy. I don't know if she can hear me right now. I know she had other stuff to do. Christina, I would love to ask you to share maybe 1 to 3 minutes of your, in the time, that we kind of work together, and then how you're growing your team, because you're obviously doing everything, a lot of things correctly and growing very fast. So Christina, are you there?
Oh,
There
hi,
you
good
are.
evening, everyone. Great presentation, Easy. My sponsor and my mentor, so I learned from him. Okay, so I'm a Diamond Master from Boston Global Center. I started building my team in December, and before I started everything, I asked my sponsor, so can you show me how much you're earning now? So it's the sponsor above Easy. And she showed me, and I saw it was fluctuating between eight to $11,000 a month. And I said, okay, this is real. So and that's when I started building my team. And my first commission, monthly commission, around $200+ 8 months later, it's around 1,500. And from zero, of course, everybody starts to zero. I have around 1,700 partners right now, and I only know around 30 of that. So that tells you a lot that this is teamwork. We are not building our team alone. And as Easy said, have fun, enjoy the ride. So that's also my mantra to my team. We, as leaders, we cannot build the team for our partners. We cannot learn for them. They have to do it. It has to come from them that they want to do it. So I always emphasize you would never feel pressured by me. I would try to motivate, I would try to inspire, but everything has to come from you also. So I work with people who will work with me, because there are many who wants to get the benefit but don't want to do the work. So we can't there's so many leaders, and duplication is really very important. And of course I make mistakes along the way, but my mantra is have fun, because we have so much pressures in life: work, kids, elderly parents, school. So I want my ATOMY business to be my oasis. It is the fun part of my life, the no pressure part. The pressure is the pressure I put on myself, not the pressure I'm trying to pressure my team to join me to do the business. We can't do that. We will just get frustrated. So along the way, that's the biggest learning I have. So my team, those who are going with me, some will be there, some won't. If it's summertime, you don't see them. So now that it's winter, some are now plugging back in. And for those partners, I'm here to support them, and just trying to coach and teach them on how to duplicate me and our mentors and sponsors, because our team would grow exponentially if you're not the only one doing it for everybody else. So thank you, Easy, for this opportunity to speak.
Thank you so much for sharing. Let me tell you, Christina, like having achieved all the sales masters, oh my gosh, she achieved it in such a quick time, and she works hard. Okay, she works not only smart but hard too. So I think there's no secret to succeeding with this business. It takes a lot of your effort, sweats, um, talking until 3, 4 a.m. and having to do another presentation. Christina does at 7 a.m. So I'm surprised her voice is not as bad as mine, because my voice is pretty bad for talking too much. But yeah, I'm very inspired by her, and then I have no doubt she's gonna be Auto Diamond soon, and Auto Sharon, and we're gonna grow together. So I'm very privileged to have her, and I have a few other partners here. I'm sorry to talk about my partners a little bit, but Ellie, she's working so hard, and Jamie, and Zarina, and yeah, a few other folks here. So yeah, I'm very excited to see that our team's growing, and I think my main thing is let's all stay humble. I think humility goes really far. All right, so I think Mike, right now is the time for us to open up a floor for some questions. I'm not sure if there were some questions.
Thank you, Easy, for the great presentation. So there's a comment here from Australia, Steffi. Israel, your presentation on the future is so true. It's already happening now. In Australia, many small retailers are closing down due to the pandemic. The rich are getting richer because they have negotiating power with the government. The big supermarkets making lots of money, and ATOMY is the next big wave, especially it is online, and the app, which is the ATOMY personal platform, and as a mall will differentiate itself from other network marketing. What's your take on this, Israel?
Yeah, so ATOMY, Jason Shim, Royal Master, did a presentation, and then that's where I learned about this concept. There's a capitalism, which I am not opposed to at all, because capitalism is what made America rich. However, there's what's called mastolism. Mastolism is, I'm not sure who made up the word, probably Sioung Park, because he's so genius with words. Compared to this analogy, if you have a big whale, such as Costco and Amazon, it will eat all the fish in the ocean, right? Then there will no longer be any more fish. However, and so small fish cannot fight against the whale. But what if small fish get together and become even bigger, or if not as big as the whale? Then we have a competing ground there. So us as a small fish cannot fight against these big, gigantic organizations. However, when we combine our efforts and energy and power together, we can. And I truly believe that's what CEO Hangyo Park's vision is: all small, to create as many small riches as possible. And that's what ATOMY gives us as a platform, and that's why we should take this seriously. So yeah, great comment and great question. Yep.
Yeah, that's so true. Even in Canada, I think we are very close in lockdown for another lockdown for the fourth or fifth time already. So that's gonna hurt a lot of retailers, especially small retailer. Like Steffi said, if you have money of a big supermarket, you just move your money to some other businesses. But small retailer, they don't have that kind of luxury, right? So a small retailer probably have a few employees. What happened to these employees? They're gonna have jobless future, right? Even in Canada itself, I'm in Toronto, by the way. We are actually doing everything by robots. Even delivery, there's no more delivery guy in downtown. Everything delivered by robots, small robots all over the cities. So that's crazy. And if you are looking at the future, it's not really bright for our generation. That's why, like Israel presentation said, this is the 3 generational income. This is a system income. Of course, we have to build the system in the beginning, right? Thank you so much, Israel. Another one to ask question? Oh, there's one from India here. Chaurasia. Okay. What is your opinion of ATOMY India business next year, 2022?
So great question. And I've been to India for about 3 weeks. So I can speak a little bit better than someone who's never been there, right? So India has a lot of different languages and cultures and religions there. One of their biggest challenge is combining their efforts together. And there's a lot of corruption in the government. And they make business so hard. And another challenge that I see that can improve is logistics, infrastructure, because there's not enough roads and things like that. And it's really hard to get that improved. And if someone lives, I know I had a partner in India that she couldn't get her products delivered, so she had to drive, to certain location to pick up the products. But it's okay. It's all growing process. I have faith because when America started in the beginning, the free shipping was, I believe, $550. It was higher, and then generally it was $550 and above USD to get a free shipping. So literally, there's no free shipping. Who's gonna pay $550? Just order $550 just to get a free shipping, right? However, how much is it now? It got down to $99 right now, and it's a promotion that they're having right now. But because our market size started growing, they were able to do 150, and temporarily they're doing 99. I think they're gonna go back to 150 soon, but they're gonna try to get it to 99 permanently, and their ultimate goal is to get to $50. Okay, so now it took them about 10 years to do that. India, yes, I'm sorry to say, it's gonna take some time. However, as long as you don't quit, as long as you keep going And just like the way, I'm sure a lot of people in America complained about the shipping, right? What did Jason do? Did he quit? He kept going. But I'm sure there were thousands, tens of thousands of people that quit because of that little excuse. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is don't give up. Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but you're gonna be the frontier that's gonna fight through all the weeds. And if you keep doing that, your partner's gonna follow you. And you remember, this is global company. You have a friend in India that has a friend in the United States, and that has a friend in Philippines, whatever. So remember the unlimited binary system that's global, and let that encourage you. Okay. I hope that answered the question.
Wow, that's so true. Thanks you. Another question from Fikas. How will ATOMY Personal Platform, or APP, will be the game-changing initiative for the business?
Sure. Right now, I'm not entirely sure how they're going to go about with APP. I know they're doing a lot of test runs, but I do know that in America, when you want to sign up someone, you have to go to www.atomy.com/membership login, right? I have a feeling that you're going to have atomy.com/Israel Kim. So it's going to be much easier in that sense, right? Correct. Maybe it's not true, but then I think that's what they're trying to do. And it's going to be your own online shopping mall. It's going to be yours. You're going to be able to personalize. It's going to be a mixture of like Instagram, where you get to post things. You can upload the products that you like, that you're promoting. So you can really truly personalize this app. So instead of it being centralized by the company, it's going to be decentralized to you. So I think that's the power of having this APP. And yeah, some people are going to have technical challenge. I can already see. That's why you have partners that are good with the technology, right? So yeah, that's kind of like what's going to happen. And I really think that it's going to be revolutionary, because I haven't seen, well, at least for me, I haven't seen another network marketing company doing that. So
Yeah. I think that's the last question, Israel. Any closing word for the meeting before we end?
oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, any last
Or
comments?
Ju, or whoever. Jessica.
Oh, I talked enough, I think.
Ju, any word?
Yeah. Hi everyone. Joe Armstrong here from Perth, Australia. Yeah. I mean, it's so easy to just listen to Israel's presentation. I think a lot of people made a comment with not just easy to listen to, but there's so much information there. And I just kept nodding, I kept nodding. And I've seen his presentation before, but every time you listen, you always pick up something. And I hope a lot of you who've attended today for the first time, or quite new to ATOMY International, we have been doing these sessions since September, as you know. Session 1 was great, a lot of information about the company compensation plan and everything. Session 2, for the last 6 weeks, it's been a vision presentations where we really got to know the leaders and what our goals are, and we got to know some of the members who's been attending, which has been really great. So we really feel that we are just a small, family, ATOMY family, extended family globally. And we are really hoping to continue this because a lot of people are really benefiting from it. So if today was your first, session, and I hope you got something that that you can relate to, and really just to keep asking questions and find, if you, I mean, obviously you have your active leader that you're working with, just keep asking questions. And we are happy when we get questions from our leaders, because that means they're interested to learn, right? And because this is a global business. You just don't know who's going to be coming into your business, and I think most of us have experienced that. And those people who you don't know, you are going to meet these people, and they're going to be your best friends in your ATOMY journey. So we just need to keep focusing on all these positivities, and there are so many good things among what's happening in the world. So grateful that we are in this room today, and we just need to make a difference out there and let people know about ATOMY. And we're not out there to change the world, but if you make a difference to one person, you don't know where that's going to take you. So yeah, thank you for your sharing, Izzy. Forever oppa. And I think we will get to know a lot of other members through these sessions, and I'm so grateful again that Mike Sajadi has initiated this in September, and he had the vision of something great, and I'm so lucky that I've met these leaders, and we will continue to make a difference in our own way. So thank you. Thank you, everyone.
So the other three global leaders, Essie Lee, Sherry Lee, and Jessica, they cannot turn on the camera, so just the three of us. Once again, Israel Kim, thank you so much for the lecture. Actually, I personally followed his lecture regarding the compensation plan from YouTube. I was wondering, this leader is amazing. Like you've seen a lot of compensation lecture, probably hundreds of times, but when you listen to his lecture about the compensation plan, you right away you pick up that information that you never pick up from other leaders, from even the company compensation plan. You will not hear it, right? Everyone, if you're really get something from our Israel Kim lecture, you can type one, maybe something that you really learned tonight, right? I'm sure a lot of us. So like you mentioned, this vision meeting is gonna happening every week, so we're not gonna stop it like the business class. The business class, we had a break, at least like a 1 or 2 months. Then we filled in with this vision meeting, but this vision meeting was just ended with Israel Kim. Then we're gonna continue with another format. We're gonna have a chat after this, but we're gonna post it into your leaders and check with your uplines if there's any additional information or is there any changing in the format. But we're gonna continue the season 2 for the international business class next January. I was thinking of 17th of January or 24. We're gonna decide on the date. Then we're gonna submit all the poster, all the information to your leaders. Make sure you contact them and see what happened to this ATOMY business class for the next season. Okay, so Israel, you wanna recite the company motto and you take the lead? Oh, he is probably out. Okay, that's okay. I'll take the lead for the closing company motto. Okay, I'm going to unmute everyone. Oh, he's back. Okay, it's yours.
I had to grab my charger because I'm running out of battery.
No problem. Okay, everyone can unmute yourself and then yeah.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Company motto, ready?
Ready?
Yep,
Ready.
Ready.
Go.
Cherish the
cherish the
spirit,
spirit,
create the vision,
Division.
follow the
Follow the
faith,
faith.
serve in humility.
Humility.
Aja, aja,
Aja.
aja. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
See you in the new year,
Thank you.
everyone.
See you all. Happy New
The
Year.
leaders stay in, please.
Thank you, global
Bye-bye.
leaders.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Have a good New Year's Eve. New Year.
Bye.
Good night.
Let's stay. Thank you. Jessica.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
S is here.
구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.